What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dustin, and if you guys are on PrizePicks, this video might hurt your ego a little, but in a good way. I'm going to show you guys the 3 worst bets you could be placing on PrizePicks, and then also teach you guys what you should be doing if you actually want to make money and start profiting playing this app. So yeah, if you're tired of losing all the time and you actually want to understand why you keep donating to PrizePicks, lock in. Number 1. Blindly taking overs on popular players. You see guys like Mahomes and Saquon Barkley, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Ohtani, or Judge, and your brain automatically thinks, oh, they're going off tonight, I'm taking their overs. This is one of the reasons why sportsbooks and PrizePicks are so profitable, because of the psychology of the casual sports bettor. I'm sorry, but you're stupid if you think these books are setting lines for these star players that they're just gonna smash every single night. They're not just throwing crap at a wall when they're setting these projections, guys, I promise. Remember, there's a reason why these sportsbooks are so profitable. They are in the business of making money off of their customers, so it's in their best interest to set these lines as sharp as possible. And to make sure these sportsbooks are setting lines as sharp as possible, they have multi-million-dollar algorithms and models taking everything into consideration before setting odds or projections on these plays. I will go more in depth on what they take into consideration when they set their projections. However, first let me mention bet number 2 that you should be avoiding on PrizePicks, which is tailing the last 5 game logs. This is one of PrizePicks' most genius psychological traps. You click on the last 5 game logs and you see that this guy has gone over in 4 out of the last 5 games, and you automatically hammer the over. That is not analysis. That is just recency bias dressed up in a clean UI. I mean, seriously, guys, do you think that PrizePicks would show you this information if it was going to hurt them and make them make less money over the long term? Of course not. They show you this information because it helps them make even more money off of you. I mean, seriously, you get zero context when you're looking at the last 5 game logs. It doesn't tell you anything about the defenses they were facing, the pitchers that they were just facing, if any of their teammates were injured, where they're batting in the batting order, nothing. However, guess who takes into consideration all of that information and more? Yep, you guessed it, the sportsbooks. Yes, those multi-million-dollar algorithms and models I talked about, they have all of this information and more. They know that Ohtani has gone over in 4 out of the last 5 games, and over of 8 out of the last 10 games, and they are still setting his lines where they are for a reason. I promise, they know everything that you think you know or can look up and more. Betting using just the last 5 game logs is a surefire way to lose money over the long term playing PrizePicks. All the information I'm spitting to you guys goes hand in hand with how you should actually be researching and finding good value on PrizePicks, and I'll go over that at the very end of this video. And now number 3, and maybe even the worst of them all. Playing plays where you are getting worse odds on PrizePicks than what you would be if you were betting them on major sportsbooks. For those of you that don't know, with PrizePicks being a set payout platform that doesn't change your payout for taking an over or an under on any specific player prop, you are getting set odds in each of these slip types. For instance, in a 2-man power, you are getting each leg in that slip at minus 136 odds. In a 6-pick flex, you are getting each play at minus 119 odds. For instance, if you were trying to bet on Adolis Garcia's under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and you were going to take it on PrizePicks, you are getting it at minus 136 odds. However, this would be a terrible bet on PrizePicks because if you look at the sportsbook market, they have this average odds of minus 129, which means they actually believe that this has a lesser chance to hit than what minus 136 odds implies. So you're getting the worst possible odds on PrizePicks and could bet this anywhere else and get better odds and even more money paid out when you win. This would be considered a negative EV bet. You are getting negative expected value when you play this play. Basically signing yourself up to lose money over the long term by playing these type of plays against PrizePicks. Now, if you did the exact opposite of this by finding plays that are heavily favored on major sportsbooks and then playing it on PrizePicks, where you can see that you are playing it at the best possible odds across the market, that would be plus EV and how you find good value on PrizePicks to win money over the long term. We're going to let the sportsbooks paint the picture for us. We are going to use the data at the sportsbooks to our advantage. They take all of that information I talked about earlier into consideration and bake it into their projections and odds. So we as sports bettors that are looking for sharp plays can use this to our advantage against PrizePicks. So now I'm going to quickly show you guys how to find plays that have good value and give you an edge against PrizePicks to help you stop donating and start actually profiting. I actually use this website called Daily Grind Fantasy that helps me compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to PrizePicks to find the best possible value. It truly makes finding the best value so easy. It shows you all of the different sportsbook data here, and then it does the math on the back end to find the true fair odds percentage or odds percent to hit the sportsbooks are truly giving these plays, and then just simply shows you which plays you should be playing on PrizePicks that have the best value. Here's an isolated example that I'm going to walk you through and explain why this is good value on PrizePicks. As you can see here, the optimizer at Daily Grind Fantasy is suggesting to take the over for Logan Gilbert's strikeouts at 7.5 on PrizePicks, and it's giving us a 54.74% chance to go over this number of 7.5. But why is that? That is because the sportsbooks all have this number heavily favored to go over 7.5 with average odds of about -143. And on top of that, multiple sportsbooks have already bumped this up to 8.5 strikeouts. So you're getting the same exact play that all of these sportsbooks are giving a really good chance to go over 7.5 based off of their odds or even by bumping it up at -119 on PrizePicks in a 5 or 6 man flex slip type. Now for just a second, let's pretend we are placing this as a straight bet. And let me show you exactly why it is so key and clutch to line shop and find the best possible odds. Here you can see a $100 straight bet at -119 odds would profit $84. However, if we played it at -143, which is the average odds across the sportsbook market, we would have only profited $69. We would win an extra $15 in profit just from line shopping and finding the best possible odds. Finding bets just like this where you're getting an extra $15, $20, $25, $30 in extra profit when you win adds up and is exactly how you'll be profitable over the long term. Seriously, these sportsbooks and DFS apps like PrizePicks all set lines independently. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different sportsbooks or DFS apps all agreeing that this has a very good chance to hit based off the odds or projections they are giving it, and then you have PrizePicks as the outlier giving us to us at -119 odds when the entire market agrees this is very heavily favored to go over, you bet it on PrizePicks and you lock in that value. Unless you are just stupid and you believe that PrizePicks is right in their projection in those odds of -119 instead of the other 10 data points we have here. But hopefully after this video, you are smart enough to do this the right way. If you don't want to actually manually look at the optimizers and find good value yourself and build out your slips, then maybe Daily Grind Fantasy's AI Slip Generator is for you. This tool literally finds the best possible value by using line comparing technology and correlation calculations, and then simply spits out the best slips for you to tail on different DFS apps like PrizePicks and Underdog. And on PrizePicks, they even have the one-click button that will load up the entire slip into your PrizePicks account, and you are able to bet it in like 3 seconds. This is by far the easiest and most profitable tool on the market. As you guys can see here, since 8/18 of 2023 when this tool launched, it is up almost 2,500 units. That's pretty insane. A $10 unit bettor would be up $25,000 if they were to tail every slip that comes across the tool. A $50 unit bettor would be up over $125,000. Now, I'm not saying it's possible to tail every single slip off the tool because we all have busy lives. I get that. But the more slips you can tail and the more volume you can get down of these good plus EV slips, the better off and more you will win over the long term playing PrizePicks. If you guys did want to check out Daily Grind Fantasy and get your hands on either the Fantasy Bundle, which includes all the different optimizers for PrizePicks and those other different DFS apps where you can line compare and find the best value, or even the AI Slip Generator, I'll leave a link and a code down in the description, but if you use code DustinDGF51, you will actually get 25% off your very first month. Now this is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and or learned something. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the way out as we post sports betting content like this every single week.